What's going on, boys? It's your boy, Saroni Macaroni MMA, back in the video here. And today we're going to be fixing UFC 330 and making a dream card for it because it's an abysmal card, bro. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. This card is not good. There's not very many fights that catch people's attention. But I won't lie, on this card builder, I did leave about 5 fights on here just because those 5 fights, like obviously I left the main event, the co-main event, and left the other prelim fights because I think those prelim fights on there are pretty good and like they would be a good addition to what I've also added to this card to make it, top tier. But I just don't understand what the matchmakers and Dana were thinking about releasing these fights and putting them on this card when we could have had so many other options, bro. And plus, it's in Philadelphia, right? It's in Philadelphia. But there's not really there's like one fighter from Philadelphia representing the city, and that's Jeremiah Wells on the card. It's Mikvik Orlby. But it's like that's one fight. Like if you're going to do a card like this, bro, you need to have like a couple guys. Like just how they do with Abu Dhabi cards, or like they did like how they do with the Azerbaijan card. Like you need to have people representing the place on the card, bro. Trust me, it makes the fights a lot better. And the fans gonna have someone to pick, bro. Because like if there's like people want to represent people for like people want to represent people who are from the same place as them. Like on cards like this, because like UFC doesn't come to Philadelphia often, bro. And this is a good opportunity, bro. But anyways, yeah, I did leave the co-main event, main event right here, but we're still gonna go over them, talk about them a little bit. But I just think and also an update on this. The Chidi Jokani fight versus Jeff Neal, that fight got canceled because Jeff Neal had to drop because of injury. So that was one fight, like Jeff Neal's not a bad fighter. Jokani's okay, but it's like that was one fight that like could have like helped this card a lot, but now it's off. So we don't even know what they're gonna add, and it's just not great, bro. Like if it's a numbered event, please UFC, please make the card like meaningful, bro, in terms of like the people on the card. Like, okay, this card has like 10 finishes out of like 12 fights. Cool. But at the end of the day, it's like the card did not look good in general, bro. Like you want a card like just how like UFC 329 looked, that card looks good. Very good. And it was a bonus that there are a bunch of finishes on that card as well. Like 8 finishes on that card, which is crazy. So like just stuff like that, like they should start doing that. Just how they're gonna do UFC 331, like 331 looks pretty good. Like 331 looks better than 330, and 331 has like 4 fights on, which is insane. That's how bad 330 is, bro. But anyways, man, let's just get a move on and go over each fight I've added, and some fights that I've made on here, just to show you what a dream card for UFC 30 really could have looked like if the UFC then mess it up. So let's just go on with it, and let's go with the main event here. We know the main event, Islam versus Ian Gary. This obviously is going to be one of the best fights of the year so far. I think I feel like I'm going to predict this right. This fight could be a fight of the year contender. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying it right here. Islam is the pound for pound #1 fighter in the world. He's one of the best fighters ever in UFC history and MMA history in general. Like just not even like MMA history, bro. Right? Obviously, one of Khabib's successors and all that. He's Dagestani. Yes, he was a double champion. And currently, he's the welterweight champion, right? So, coming into this fight, Islam has a lot of people behind him. But I think a misconception with this matchup between Ian Gary and Islam is that people think Islam's gonna just like finish, submit KO Ian Gary in round one. It's like that's not gonna happen. I don't believe it's gonna happen. Ian Gary is too smart to fall into a submission trap of Islam and just fall for the wrestling. Because Ian Gary is good takedown defense. He can stuff a bunch of takedowns if he needs to, bro. And I mean, not if he needs to. In this fight, he's gonna need to do it because Islam. We know Islam influences a lot of wrestling in his fighting style. But I do think I'm not gonna stay strong in this fight just because I've been over it plenty of times, talked about it. But I just want to say like with this fight is like if Ian Gary could somehow pull this off, that'd be insane, bro. Because one, he has the height and reach advantage over Islam, which is great for him. But Islam is still a dangerous fighter, regardless of the the size difference, like the height difference, all that. reach. He still can close distance and get on somebody and be able to land a good amount of shots to take someone down, shoot double leg on them. So this is already a really good main event, and then move on to the co-main event here, being Mackenzie Dern versus Gillian Robertson. Like, I don't hate this co-main event, but I feel like on this card they could have maybe done like a more highly anticipated fight because no one really. I'm not gonna lie, be honest. Did you really care for like a Mackenzie Dern fight news, bro? Be honest, bro. Just be honest. Like, no one really cares about women's strawweight like that. I'm not hating women's MMA by the way. There's plenty of good women's MMA fighters on the current roster who I like and who I've been impressed by. And there's been a lot of new talent of women's MMA fighters this year and past couple years. But like this fight, I don't really like this co-main event on here. And I feel like a lot of people might get bored of it because Mackenzie Dern's like a grappler. Like, I won't say this fight's gonna be like a hugging match, but she really is like, yeah, she's a grappler. This fight's gonna be on the ground, I feel like. But I would say a thing that's not great about her is that she's not good at, stopping takedowns. Like, her takedown defense is not great. And we've seen it before. But on the other hand, Robertson's like a weak striker. But that's the thing, like Robertson's a weak striker. Mackenzie Dern sucks at what's it called? Stuffing takedowns. It's like Mackenzie Dern's gonna want to win this fight, bro. Jillian Robertson's not gonna damage Mackenzie Dern in this fight, bro. I feel like she's not really gonna her punches are not like tough, bro. We've seen her fight, bro. But she's a good grappler though, and she puts a lot of pressure in her fights. So this fight's really, to me, gonna be really a grappling fight. So this could be boring for a lot of people because people just love to see fights. I feel like I'm not mad at a grappling match basically, but if it's just rest holds and stuff, it's just like sloppy. They're going all over the place. Like they're just throwing stuff that doesn't make sense and is not connecting. Then this fight's gonna be a stinker. But let's just be glad it's not a Valentina Shevchenko co-main event, because brother, whew, that would put me to bed, bro. But anyways, let's move on to the first fight I've put on here, bro, for the Dream UFC 30 card. That being Philadelphia native, bro. You can hear it in his voice. He represents the city of Philadelphia, clearly, bro. That being one of my favorite fighters currently and of all time, Sean Brady, bro. This guy, we love Sean Brady, bro. Sean Brady's tough. He has cool tattoos. He's a good fighter. He's a funny guy. And he talks trash and he's good at what he does, bro. Right? Like remember in his last fight versus Joaquin Buckley, and he had probably like the most. What was it? I think he might have had like the most control time in a round ever. I'm pretty sure, which isn't that's bad for Joaquin Buckley because he's a wrestler as well. But anyways, Sean Brady can be reversing Gabriel Bonfim, and Gabriel Bonfim, he said he didn't want to fight Sean Brady. He wanted to fight like someone higher up than him. But Bonfim, you don't get to decide who you're gonna fight next up, bro. Sure, you can make call outs against people, but like if you're in the rankings, bro, you don't really have like if you're like especially in like the top 10 or top 5 specifically, you don't really have an option to face someone way higher than than you, bro. You're not supposed to be like he wants to fight like Michael Morales, cause like brother, you're 6 or yeah, he's 6, and but like it's like no, you don't get to fight Cus Prada's Michael Morales because those guys are competing for the belt. Bonfim, you just like you're still kind of new to the rankings, bro. Obviously he beat Bilal Muhammad, but like Bilal Muhammad's one, he's kind of washed. Two, like that fight was unfair, bro. Let's be honest, bro. Gabriel Bonfim's a quick young guy going his prime. Bilal Muhammad's on the end of his career, basically former welterweight champion. Like, come on, bro. We already knew what was gonna happen in that fight. But I don't hate Bonfim. Bonfim's still a good fighter. He has the length in this fight. He has good striking. He has nice kicks, clean boxing. He's a solid ground game. But the thing is, I just don't think he would beat Sean Brady in a fight. A hypothetical fight, he would not beat Sean Brady, bro. I just don't see it. I just don't see it, bro. I just don't see it. Like if you've watched Sean Brady's fights, bro, this dude is so dominant on the ground, bro. I just don't see Gabriel Bonfim, out grappling this dude. And even when Sean Brady gets like shoots a takedown on Bonfim, I don't see Bonfim getting out of that, bro. I just don't see it. I don't see it. So realistically, for me, I would take Sean Brady more likely. But this fight's on the feet. Bonfim can definitely damage him. But like I said again, Sean Brady has the ground game to utilize if he needs to, if he's getting outstruck on the feet, or he wants to control this guy and end up finishing him on the ground, getting submission, attempting one, or just hammer fisting him, bro. But yeah, I'll take Sean Brady. Like this, bro. Hear me out. This fight on a main card, bro. Yes, Mackenzie Dern and Glenn Robinson is up next, but this fight would definitely hype up the main card, bro. For sure. For sure, bro. Trust me, this fight on a main card, bro. Obviously, Bonfim wants to fight higher up people, but it doesn't matter, bro. You will get Sean Brady or somebody around, your ranking, bro. Not no number 3, number 2 in the welterweight division, bro. No, not quite. But we can move on to the next fight in the main event. Or not main event, in the main card here. That being another Philadelphia native, my boy Joe Pyfer, bro. Joe No Body Cam Pyfer. No, he dead ass does look like a cop who would like turn off his body cam and never turn it on, bro. He definitely looks like a cop who just like hates black people. I'm just saying that like that's his look, but like obviously we know how Joe Pyfer is. He's a nice guy. He's a cool guy. Has a nice story. A very like heartwarming story about him. But he's versing Fluffy Fernandez. But okay, I get it. Fluffy Fernandez is versing RoboCop, but just hear me out. This fight could have been made before the RoboCop fight because one, these two are like pretty close with each other. Like this is not a reach matchup, bro. This matchup definitely could happen for sure. If Fluffy was not fighting RoboCop in in the main event, in a fight night main event, like in like a couple weeks, then he would definitely be fighting Joe Pyfer, bro. On this card or another number, like hear me out, bro. Like hear me out, bro. This will be a tough ass fight, bro. This will be a tough ass fight. I'm just saying, bro. First of all, both guys are really good strikers. They're dangerous on the feet, bro. They have one shot potential for sure. We've seen it in these guys, but we've seen what they do to people, bro. We've seen it. We saw, rest in peace, my boy Israel Adesanya, bro. But he got fried in that fight against Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer destroyed him. Like, obviously, Izzy was on third for the industry before that fight, but still, he still beat a high level guy in Izzy, bro. High level middleweight, bro. One of the middleweight goats, to be exact, bro. And Israel Adesanya. And Fluffy, yes, he lost to Sean Strickland, bro. Who's the champion? Who's the champion, bro? So that loss is not crazy bad, bro. It's not bad. But this fight would be a crazy fight in the feet, bro. Like, both of these guys apply pressure in their fights. Joe Pyfer, I would say, is a little bit more coordinated. Like he doesn't rush into as like a brawl with somebody, like a scramble on the feet with somebody. But Fluffy will, bro. And these two guys, it really comes down to who's going to land that shot that just knocks someone out. Because both of you guys can do it to each other. Me personally, since I'm a Philly native, Scars in Philadelphia. I'm rooting for the Philly native here and Joe Pyfer to get this one hypothetically if this fight were to happen on this card. Because this fight is tough, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Look at the main card. We have Islam, Ian Gary, Dern, and Robinson. Okay, Sean Brady, Bonifim, Pyfer, Fluffy, bro. This will be insane, bro. This will be in good ass main card, bro. Good ass main card. I'm telling you, bro. Trust me. Right? This will be a tough main card. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And I feel like a lot of people would want to see this matchup, bro. Especially like the middleweight division is such a good division, very stacked, full of fires. Like this division, welterweight, just like I put like back to back like welterweight matchup and middleweight bout. Both of these, both divisions are stacked, bro. So you can make tons of matchups in the rankings for a lot of the guys in there, bro. But this fight is another banger fight on the main card. But let's just move on to the last fight on the main card I would have here, and that would be David Onama versus Aaron Pico. Another fight I like, bro. This fight, hear me out, bro. This fight, actually, don't even hear me out, bro. These are two really good fighters, bro. Okay, Aaron Pico got slept and he was kind of fraud checked by Lerone Murphy. Who cares, bro? Okay, David Onama barely threw any strikes against his main event fight and a fight night against Steve Garcia, but still, bro. Still. This is a tough ass fight, bro. It's a tough ass fight, bro. Trust me. And I think, David Onama hasn't fought. I forgot when he fought Steve Garcia. It's been a while. But like, this dude with David Onama, bro. This dude is explosive, bro. The shots he throws, he's really good like combos, bro. If you've seen his fights, he's really good combos. Like, okay, pre Steve Garcia fight, this dude was beast. He's beastie, bro. He's insane. Has good size, has a reach advantage in this fight, yes. So he could keep the fight at range. He's a long, lanky guy, but he's explosive fighter, bro. He has explosive shots. But Aaron Pico in this fight is still a really good, like he's still a good matchup for David Onama, right? First of all, he's a wrestler. Okay, he has the wrestling. We've seen him in Bellator, bro. If you've seen, okay, I know if you've been on MMA TikTok, bro, you've probably seen Aaron Pico Bellator edits on TikTok, bro, and they're tough. And in those fights, bro, okay, Bellator, okay, he's not gonna come up buns. Okay, sure, bro. But this dude in Bellator is nasty, my guy. He's nasty, bro. Nasty. He just throws hurtful strikes at you, bro. But I would say I like him more as a wrestler. He's a sharp boxer though. I like his boxing and a good fight IQ in the fight. So this fight's gonna be really well coordinated fight. And this fight to me, no finish in this fight. This fight could go to decision. But Aaron Pico is so chinny, bro. He's so chinny that I think David Onama could definitely finish. Like this fight could either end in round one, end in round three, or go to decision, bro. Because Aaron Pico is so chinny, and it scares me because just imagine, bro. Like bro, you should never bet on Aaron Pico, bro. Do not bet on Aaron Pico, bro. His chin is getting to the level of Benito Dariush. Like it's getting there. It's not there yet because Dariush's chin is like top tier, worst chins ever. But Pico's getting there. But this fight is a really good fight to me. Both of these guys are, first of all, David Alamo is heavily underrated in the UFC, heavily underrated fighter. Pico, I wouldn't say he's, I wouldn't say he's underrated, but I would say he's fairly rated. But he's because his chin, but he's a little overhated. People kind of hate on him, bro. People saying he got fraud check, but still, good fight. I like the main card. Let's move on to the next fight. I would have that being Nick Orba versus Jermos. This fight is already on the card. But if you've seen, I swear this fight was on the main card, bro. The main card. I don't know who decided Miktabek Orba was going to be on the main card after beating Chris Curtis, bro. Who allowed that? Who allowed that? Come on, bro. I like Miktabek Orba. I like Jeremiah Wells, bro. But, like, it's like, does this fight really need to be on this card, bro? Does it? I mean, not on this card. It's like in the main card. Like, this fight is good. But let's be honest here, guys. Jeremiah's gonna get killed, bro. He's gonna get beat up. Gonna get destroyed. If you saw what Mikhail Orbai did in his last fight against Chris Curtis, bro, Chris Curtis lost bad, bro. Barely landing any shots. Mikhail was just like Mikhail was just slamming him, throwing him around. And we also like Mikhail Orbai because one of his coaches is Uriah Faber. So we like Uriah Faber on here, bro. So we still like Mikhail Orbai. Mikhail Orbai was he's an interesting fighter in looks and skill, but he's still a fun guy to watch. But he's gonna maul Jeremiah Wells. But let's be honest here. So we can just move on to the next fight. Another crafty fight I've had here is Pat Sabatini versus Vinicius Oliveira. And you're wondering like, oh, Pat Sabatini's a terrorist, bro. But hear me out. Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. This fight is really something I'm looking forward to, bro. If it were to happen. First of all, Vinicius Oliveira called out Pat Sabatini, right? He called him out. He did not. I don't believe. No, he definitely didn't do it when he beat Andre Fili in his last fight. I don't remember him talking on mic about Pat Sabatini. Don't remember that. But I would say, bro, he should like Pat Sabatini, Vinicius Oliveira. This fight should be made, bro, and it should be put on UFC 230, bro, because Pat Sabatini is a Philadelphia guy, bro. We need Philadelphia guys on the card, bro. Come on, man. But I will say, like, obviously, Pat Sabatini, the way he fights, is like so like annoying, bro. Yes, but hear me out, bro. When you saw the pressure this guy puts on his opponents, bro, this dude's a monster, bro. We know he's a monster, right? And I would say in this fight, I would probably take Vinicius Oliveira. I think Vinicius Oliveira can go on a, like, obviously he did get kind of like checked a little bit by Mario Bautista. But I would want to see this fight, bro. Pat Sabatini is a terrorist, and a lot of people do want to see this guy get finished, knocked out for sure. But I do want to see Pat Sabatini fight Vinicius Oliveira. Bro. This will be a very interesting and probably a funny fight. Let's be honest here. But I would probably take Vinicius Oliveira. I think the pressure of Oliveira will put on Pat Sabatini, bro. Sabatini would cut out that stuff he's been doing in the last few fights instantly, bro. Trust me. But you know, yeah, I would say definitely Oliveira takes this for sure. We can move on. Another fighter out of here. This would be a scrappy brawl, bro. This is the most scrappiest fight I'm putting here, bro. We have two guys who just throw hands. Just throw hands, bro. We have Drew Dober, who also looks like kind of a little bit of a, you know, a cop who turned off his body cam. But we love Drew Dober out here, bro. Drew Dober's a guy, one of the guys in the UFC that we love. Les Gibson Jr., another guy who, like, I mess on Les Gibson Jr., bro. I like him. This would be a scrappy fight, a nice brawl. I would say that, you know, Drew Dober wants to fight soon, first of all. So if he was putting UC 330, that'd be perfect actually. And you know, he knocked out like bro, this dude we seen like he knocked out Michael Johnson. Remember that fight, bro? Like in one of his last fights in recent memory. Like this dude is Drew Dober is so fun to watch because he like it's either he gets knocked out or his opponent gets knocked out, bro. Come on, man. I know Jalen Turner's on this card against Kawhi Fernandez. But a lot of people will want to see Jalen Turner versus Drew Dober because this fight will be so good. So good. That's a good fight. But, you know, just let Jalen Turner versus Kawhi Fernandez happen, bro. I think I would still say Jalen Turner in that fight. But that Jalen Turner versus Drew Dober would be a better fight than what I have here. But Linscomb Jr. is still a good matchup, bro. First of all, these guys, Drew Dober is a very hard puncher. First of all, right? Hard puncher. He's a durable guy. He loves getting scrappy brawls. He loves staying on the feet with people, bro. He's not really a guy who wants to take the fight. No. He'll stay on the feet and bang with you for sure, bro. He's on that like Bobby Green level. Him, Bobby Green, Michael Johnson. Those are guys who just scrap with you, bro. For sure. Right? He never gives never mind. That was something else. He is a very durable fighter, like I just said. Right? But Gibson Jr. is a very quick guy. But he does wrestle though. He does take the people his opponents down in his fights. He makes his own takedowns in his fights. So I've seen it. But like just think about this, bro. Like this fight would just be so like this is such a good prelim fight, bro. Such a good prelim fight. And Gibson Jr. has never fought somebody like who has the power of Drew Dober. From what I remember of Gibson Jr. fights, like in the UFC. He's not fought somebody with the caliber of Drew Dober's power for sure. But this fight would be a banger. And I'll take Drew Dober by knockout, bro. Like a round 2 knockout. Trust me, bro. Bloody scrappy brawl, bro. Tough fight. Next, like I just mentioned in the last slide, Jalen Turner versus Kawhi Fernandez. I'll go kill this fight because, you know, Kawhi Fernandez is a dangerous leg kicker. We know that. Jalen Turner is a very good fighter. Like, this dude says Jalen Turner has so many fights in memory I remember. Just him, like, either getting knocked out or, you know, knocking someone out. Like that, bro. His fight with Dan Hooker was such a good fight. Yes, he did lose. And he almost won, but such a good fight, bro. Kawhi Fernandez is a crafty guy. I do like him. Like I said, Lakers are dangerous. He basically finished him off. Like I forgot who the guy was. I forgot who it was, but I remember that fight when he finished. Someone just straight leg kicks, bro, because he kept on tearing their leg apart. But this guy's dangerous, bro. But Jalen Turner is even more dangerous. But this is a quick one. I'll just take Jalen Turner instantly. I like him better. I think he's a better fighter. I think he's a more complete fighter than Kawhi Fernandez. Kawhi Fernandez is good, but like I like Jalen Turner way better. So I'll take Turner for sure. Move on. We have another fight that's being on the card. Like the last 2 fights, they'll be quick because I left a lot of fights on here because like 4 fights, 5, just because these fights are still pretty good prelim fights, and this will be the second to like the first opening fight of the card. Vicente Luque versus Trishan Gore. Both these guys are really good on the ground. Luque's coming off a nice win over Kelvin Gastelum. Trishan Gore's coming off a very underdog fight. I forgot the guy's name, but it was like it's one of those Dagestani guys, you know, like they wrestle really good on the ground, very good ground game, and he won. He submitted him. This will be a really good fight. I like Church on Girl, like Vicente Luque, but I feel like this fight's gonna last like this fight would definitely be a finish. I would probably take Luque. But Chase Goro is a good matchup. I like this matchup. I like when I saw this fight on the card, I was like, you know, this fight's not a bad fight. I like this fight. So cool. We can keep it here. It's a cool fight. I'll take Luque. But I feel like this fight will definitely be on the ground for sure. But Luque's a monster, bro. And Chase Goro is an underrated fighter. Let's move on to the last fight on this card, though. This fight's already been confirmed. We already know that. Esmer Rosa versus Esteban Ribovic. This will be such a very good fight. Ribovic is obviously an upcoming fighter, right? Versus Edson Barboza, legend of the sport, you know, all timer, was champion. He has one of the best knockouts of all time against Terry Adam. We know that. Like this guy, like Edson Barboza, legend, bro. But I feel like in this fight, it's over, bro. I mean, oh wait, I mean, when I saw Edson Barboza, he was never a champion. My fault. That's not I mean. Never a champion, but he got close though. Still in my heart, one of my favorite fighters, bro. I've seen UFC. But anyway, so let's get back to what I'm talking about. Yeah, Esmer Barboza, I feel like this should be his last fight in the UFC. He's had like, bro, he's had so many fights, over like 30 something fights, bro, 40 something fights, I think around there. But this dude should be his last fight. He's a really good fighter, but I just think against Edson Ribovic, I would say probably Ribovic, bro. Ribovic is he's the guy coming into his prime, the more skilled fighter currently. It just to me would not be the best matchup for Esmer Barboza fighting a young guy like this. But you know, it's the matchmaking. He can fight whatever, bro. He's not gonna get close to winning a belt or getting close to a belt ever in his career again. But it'll still be a really good fight though. But I would say Ribovic, bro. Ribovic probably by decision. He probably just landed more shots in this fight against Barboza. But anyways, you know, this card I feel like will be a very good, you know, UFC 330 concept card, a dream card. Bro, this like the main card to me is one of the best main cards of the year, bro. Trust me, that main card is perfect. Perfect main card. But anyways, man, if you boys enjoyed the content, like and subscribe. Enjoy the video, like and subscribe. Leave comments, recommendations, bro. More videos will be coming out. And UFC Belgrade's tomorrow too. I'll miss most of that card, but I'll go back, watch it, and then the results will be out tomorrow. But if you boys enjoyed the video, just drop a like, bro. Drop a like. Trust me, drop a like. It's worth it. I post a lot of good content. I'm pretty consistent. And that's gonna be the end of the video, man. So peace.